And your brain is the most powerful weapon. I talk about that in one of these chapters. Your brain is the most powerful weapon in the world. Once you put away your phones and your computers and all that shit we have nowadays, yeah, it's great. We're up to date. But your brain is the only thing you have when you're going through depression, when you're going through hard times, when you're going through death, real life shit. You can't Google that shit, man. You're alone. You're alone. You may have a shrink you're going to, you may have a best friend you're going to, but there's 24 hours in the day where you're alone in this brain. And your brain is talking to you in all kinds of ways. And it wants to control you and pull you in these different pockets. If you can't control your own brain and your brain controls you, you're fucked. You got to tell your brain where you want to go and how you want to go and how you want to get there. You got to control it. If not, it's over. It's over.
Should somebody do what they're really good at, but they don't enjoy so much, but they're going to get good money from it? Or should they pursue something which they really enjoy, but might not make as much money?
I think the first one.
They're good at?
Yeah. I think the one with the money, because you can get really passionate about something if it creates a life that you love, right? Mm-hmm. It's not what you do, but how you do it. You know, nobody grows up and says, I want to do metal buildings when I grow up. Nobody. And then most kids don't grow up saying, I want to own real estate. It's mostly people that don't know what they want to do with their life, or they're not making enough money and they see some infomercial, some guy on a beach that owns a bunch of houses or something. Mm-hmm. And they're like, oh, I want to do real estate. You know, but the truth is, real estate's not always fun either. You know, people don't want to pay rent. There's a leaking toilet. You know, it's a job. It's not passive as people say. I think people make the mistake of believing things are passive.
And I think the more you choose to embark in these struggles, these especially physical and mental struggles, because I consider both martial arts, yoga, and actually even trail running, I consider the mental struggles as much as physical struggles. Mm-hmm. Like, because I could stop anytime I want. I'm halfway up the hill, I can go, fuck this, so I'm walking the rest of the way. Yep. Call my dog over, put him on the leash. I'm like, we're walking, buddy. You know? But, or you could say, no, this is what I'm doing today. I have a very clear plan in front of me. My plan is, we're doing 4 miles today. This is where we start. This is where we end. This is what we're doing. Sometimes when things are really hard to do, you think, oh my God, I got to stop doing this. But once you do it and you complete it, you have a satisfaction, this sense of satisfaction that you did something really difficult that is irreplaceable. And some kids never get that, and they just stay fat and stupid their whole life. And some kids, they get these little lessons, and then they realize, like, you can push yourself and you can get somewhere. You know, some kids get real lucky and they get involved in sports or martial arts early. And one of the best benefits of sports is you realize that through hard work, you get improvement. Through improvement, you get success. Through success, you get that big dopamine rush. You get that good feeling. Right. You get confidence. Yeah. You get this knowledge.
You get the girl.
Yeah, you get, sometimes, I didn't. But you get this knowledge that you can do something that's difficult and you can overcome, even though it feels like you can't.
So, like, for instance, let's say you have no races. Let's say you have no classes, no nothing. There's no purpose in your life. You know, people need to have purpose to get up. They need purpose to perform. You need to get to a point in your life where there's nothing on the docket. There's no 5K. There's no I'm going to get into school to be this or that, and still perform to the highest level. Because what people don't get is one day that thing's going to come up. And if you're not constantly performing without purpose, you're not going to be ready when the time comes. It's this magical thing, purpose, that we're all looking for. But what's funny about it all is that we need these things to perform. But we don't take a second to realize the purpose is always there. The purpose never leaves us, because the very purpose is you. You are always the purpose. There may be another purpose, like being a SEAL or going to college or whatever, but the main purpose in life is you. So if you wake up in the morning and you don't want to do something, you don't care enough about yourself. And that's what you need to really research is, man, why am I not doing this for myself? Because that is the number one purpose in life, is to better oneself.
I always say this, it's like fitness first, because fitness is going to make business so much easier. If you walk in a room and you're in shape, people respect that. You know, they automatically respect that. And you're creating a healthy body, which is going to give you a healthy mind, you know? So you're going to be sharper mentally. So I put fitness in front of business all day. Because why do business if you're not in good shape? You know, when you could have a machine that's like really spitting out, you know, productive thoughts and, you know, actions, and you can keep it, you're locked in, you know, you're turned on. So fitness first, business and fitness, you do at the same time. And the women thing, what I always say is you should be studying and understanding how women work, like female nature. Not in spite of them, but like so you can understand them. And then as girls see you kind of projecting up, especially with your fitness and you're working on business, they can tell you're not a bum, you're not a video game guy, you're not, you know, getting drunk all the time, like you're on a mission. They just jump right in front of you and just run them over.
You'll see what I mean about taking risk or being willing to fail. Because taking risk is not just about going for a job. It's also about knowing what you know and what you don't know. It's about being open to people and to ideas. In the course of the film, the character I play begins to take small steps, small risks. He very, very, very slowly begins to overcome his fears. And I feel ultimately his heart becomes flooded with love. And I can't think of a better message as we send you off today. To not only take risks, but to be open to life, to accept new views, and to be open to new opinions. To be willing to speak at a commencement at one of the best universities in the country, even though you're scared stiff. While it may be frightening, it will also be rewarding. Because the chances you take, the people you meet, the people you love, the faith that you have, that's what's going to define you. Never be discouraged, never hold back, give everything you got. And when you fall throughout life, and maybe even tonight after a few many glasses of champagne, remember this, fall forward.
I don't believe in half-assing things. This life is short. You know, if you get into something, get into it. And if you're not into it, don't be into it. And I think that insanity and greatness are next door neighbors, and they borrow each other's sugar. That's my that's what I've always said. There's something about mastery, like true mastery, that requires you to shut off massive areas of your life. There's a lot of people that are scared of their ability to do something that's difficult. I don't know if I could force myself to be disciplined. I don't know if I could force myself to take that kind of action. Well, if you do force yourself to take that kind of action, you don't have that question anymore. That question, I don't know if I can do it. Well, you're doing it. So you obviously do it. Can you do it tomorrow? We did it today. Or can you do it tomorrow? Just do it. You get so much more benefit out of a struggle that you choose to embark in versus a struggle that life throws upon you. Get out there and go and do something. Just go. And then in the middle of doing it, it'll become easy. Even if it's not easy, even if it's hard, it's easier than not doing it and wishing that you had done it.